Hi, I'm Jonathan,
And I'm Jennifer.
and you're watching A Well-Traveled Life.
Where we will do cool projects around the house.
Travel the world.
Here's to the journey.
We are here with Kimberly, who is the Cruise and Travel Director on the MS Rotterdam. Can you talk to me a little bit about the new roles for the Cruise and Travel Director and apparently the Entertainment Director versus the old structure that Holland America had with just a Cruise Director?
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. It is great to be able to talk about our ship and, of course, our company with you. But prior to COVID, I would say probably about 4 months before COVID happened in March of 2020, Holland America Line decided to restructure this role in the fact that we looked at our demographic, we looked at who the core customer was that we were looking to gain in the future, and we realized that the bells and whistles and the jazz hands and the jumping in the pool with the guests was really not the way we were going. And so they were looking for someone that could be the builder of the arc of the cruise for our guests, that could have wonderful conversations, really have meaningful relationships that they would be building with our guests, all the while do the enrichment with the EXC talks, the port talks, the entertainment, of course, headlining all the main stage events, doing all of the events with the captain, and really just being that one person that could be the go-to. And then by opening that up, it allowed us to have another department with the entertainment hosts to be able to do all of the trivias and to do all of the line dancing and to be able to do the things that many cruisers of the past will remember the cruise director used to. So, and honestly, I'll tell you, I cruised for the first time 35 years ago. I'm 56 years old now, and I love it because as an older woman, I like to be able to share my knowledge and my passion and watch the young ones have a good time.
Yeah. I am loving the lectures and the EXC talks and the port talks not being about shopping, coupons.
Sales, yeah. Right.
What are you hoping to give guests, and what is the greatest compliment that you can receive from a guest?
What I really hope to give guests is that true experience of the Holland America Line service that they're used to, but also a one-on-one interaction and connection. And to me, that is why I travel personally. It's the places that I see, yes, but it's the people that I meet, and it's the feelings that I leave with and the memories that I take with me. And I think that you will find that with Holland America Line the very first time that you sail with us. And that's why we continue to get the reputation of having the most returning cruisers, because our cabin stewards will remember your name day one to 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I have had guests already just in the last 3 months that have come back and they told me their anniversaries were coming. And when I saw them and wished them happy anniversary, they're like, wait a minute, how does that happen? To me, I love good service and I want to provide that, all the while also offering a wonderful travel experience.
How have you, in your position, tried to minimize the impact of the COVID restrictions for your guests and staff?
So it has been a challenge. I will not lie here. There is no way to say, COVID 2020, it happened. We're into 2022 and we're still feeling the ramifications of that and still feeling the impact of that. And I think what we're trying to do as we get back into cruising and a new normal is allow people to understand that we are taking every single precaution that we can to not only make them feel comfortable and safe and healthy every step of the way, but also in turn to make our crew feel the same way. So we are continuing to wear masks even though our guests no longer have masks to be required. We have no end in sight for that at the moment, but I'll be honest with you, I don't mind it. But that's me. I get to be on stage and take my mask off. I'm sure if you talk to some of my teammates, they would probably be like, I'd love to be able to smile at you and for you to see that I'm happy. But we're all learning that the eyes really do tell a great story. And so I think we're doing a pretty good job. But I want everybody to understand that health is the most important focus that Holland America Line has in their site, and the safety of everyone. And we suffered a tremendous loss. We are restructuring and bringing that back, but I think we're on the right track.
How do you see tourism and cruising in particular permanently changed as a result of the pandemic?
Oh goodness, I think it scared the people that never cruised and hear the idea of like a walking petri dish, right?
Yeah.
I think it scared them. But I'm sad about that because I think there is a whole level and a whole audience that probably will not try us based on fake news or whatever you want to call it and what was happening. I think if you really break down how our industry suffered tremendously in those first weeks and months, I think you might lighten up a little bit on your feelings about that. But we're not going to be here and be able to change everybody's mind. I think the folks that love cruising and are going to be cruisers through and through, they're back, they're better than ever, they're helping tell the story as well. And for those that always wanted to try it, some do and they love it, some are here and still like, not so sure, but I think we're going to be okay. I know the destinations that we're going to are hungry for tourism dollars. They are so thankful to see our ships come into port, and we're all thankful to have a job.
What special things do guests, staff, or crew do that make them memorable to you?
The special things that our crew do for me is just the hellos when I walk down the hallway. I like to sing, I like to hum, I'm like, hello! And so as I'm walking down the hall, I think they hear my fast steps and I can hear with the door open, Kimberly! And so like they feel you, they know you, there is a feeling of home. A reporter once asked me, what's the one word that Holland America Line reminds you of? And I said home, because it is our home. We live here, we sleep here, we breathe here. We don't have a day off in your contracts. We have hours off, but never a day off. And you'd be surprised how quickly you bond and make friends. In the normal world, you don't get along with your colleague or a coworker, you can go home and you can shut the door and you can only see them from 8 to 5. That doesn't happen here. So you learn wonderful communication skills, you learn wonderful survival skills. And for our guests, it's just as I remember their name when they remember my name, when they say hello, when they just say, how was your day? That really feels good. It's that full circle moment. I ask them, obviously it's my job. I also care how your day was as well, or I wouldn't be in hospitality, but it's nice to have it returned to you.
Professional experience has prepared you best for shipboard duties?
Oh goodness, well, I started on my first ship at the age of 19. I was dancing at Disney, and a producer from Disney put a show together. It was 3 girls, 3 guys. It was a musical review of music from the 20s to the 80s. I joined the ship in 1987, and that was with Premier Cruise Lines, and I did that for 2 years, and in that 2 years I fell in love with the cruise industry. I also fell in love on the ship, which helps. And so as my contract was coming to an end, I thought, how can I stay on board with this man that I had fallen in love with, who was the musical director? And there was an opening in the cruise staff for fitness, and being a dancer and having fitness has always been a part of my life, I jumped on the opportunity. From then on, having that guest interaction and having those moments of making incredible memories. It was only 3-day and 4-day cruises, so it was short. I was hooked. Became a social hostess, moved up in the world, went on to work with Royal Caribbean for a couple of years, and then went back to entertainment. And now 35 years later, change of life plans and career has brought me back, and now I feel it's even more right, because my world and my career has been in the people business, has been in entertainment, it's also been in sales, it's been in hospitality. Every actress is a waitress, every actress does a day job, you know, in working in a hotel or something. So I think it has really prepared me in a mature way, but also in just a free and open and easy way.
What barriers or hurdles have you had to overcome?
I don't really believe that I've had a barrier in this job to overcome. I think our company has really been focused on allowing women to rise. And even though I'm relatively new with Holland America Line as well, what I'm seeing from our president, what I'm seeing from Gus and from Jen and Natalia, our COO, are helping women thrive in a male-dominated industry. And so I am loving being a part of that. I think also the fact that I am older isn't a hindrance. I don't have to worry about the wrinkles on my face. I don't have to worry if I gain a few pounds. It's an industry that is built around people my age and older. And so I think there's an aspiration, but there's also an ease. There's no competition with the 20-year-old.
How do you maintain a sense of normal life or normal routine on board?
maintaining that normalcy can be a challenge because there is no real work-life balance because you are always on, especially in my role. The minute I shut my door, it's, which can be exhausting. So I am a gym rat. That is my quiet place, my zone. I love to go outside at sunset if I have a moment and just walk the deck. I also have a huge support system from my family and my friends shoreside, and so thank goodness for WhatsApp, and thanks goodness for all the messaging services because my people keep me sane and normal and calm and focused.
Best perk of your job?
Oh, best perk is travel, but it's also the opportunity to be able to be on that world stage and to be able to share the origin story with Holland America Line. I mean, every single time I do that, something different stands out to me. The company history is so magical, and it touches so many people. And I have heard so many wonderful stories of people who heard that and then went back and did genealogy research on their families, and they'll send me an email or write me a letter and just tell me what they found out based on what they saw there. So that, to me, if I can touch one person with just one story, is the most spectacular thing.
One of our dinner companions, I think, shared with you that he looked on his app at his past voyages,
Yes.
and
D40,
40
yes.
was when he voyaged across on the
Yes,
Volendam.
on the Volendam, right.
Yeah.
And now knowing that the Volendam, of course, is being
How
a
can we-
refuge for, the Ukrainian refugees, that is what Holland America Line is,
Yeah.
We
That's
were
why it's
supposed
home.
to sail on that ship. That was our next cruise.
Yes.
So we changed our plans.
Part of the job that makes you roll your eyes?
So the part of the job that makes me roll my eyes, and I really want to keep my job. Listen, everybody's different. I think everybody has different expectations. In lieu of what we have gone through in the world the last couple of years and what we are continuing going through right now in several parts of the world, it's a little irritating if, the color of the pea soup is a little less green than you thought it was going to be. Really? Is that ruining your vacation? But again, everybody has expectations, and I have to own that and understand that I'm not going to react the same way as somebody else will. And those are the moments that I just want to be. We're so grateful to be on board. We're so grateful to live this amazing life. We're so grateful to have the opportunity to sail. People are waiting on you hand and foot. Sometimes I want to say, take a moment and listen to what you're saying. Would you maybe say that if you weren't on a confined place? That can be hard. The weather also too. I try to give I'm not Mother Nature, I wish I were, but I do understand. People save a lifetime, many people, to come on the ship and take this once in a lifetime journey, and that is the most challenging when you know that and you can feel their disappointment, even though they know ultimately it's out of your control, but it still hurts, and that we feel as well.
Sure. How do you now maintain a personal life while you're on board?
Yes, maintaining a personal life is challenging, but again, thank goodness for the internet. And yes, I will say that I'm an independent woman. I do have a male companion that I've been with for almost 2 decades now, and he allows me to be a free spirit. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? Because we can talk every day and see each other every day, it makes it a little less, angst as far as that goes. But I think that's also the maturity that comes with developing a relationship that understands the highs and the lows. He would never ask me to not pursue my dreams, nor would I ever ask him to do the same, so it works. And I'll be home in a week.
You mentioned the idea of travel being such a perk, and it is, except that you have limited time in ports. So, if you had endless amounts of time, what's a place that you want to return to?
So yes, travel being the number one perk, obviously. But I will share with you on this contract, which has been 4 months, I have not done one tour. I have gotten off the ship probably a handful of times with new itineraries. The title says Cruise and Travel Director. I got to do my homework. I need to do all that. Yes, I need to go to those places as well. But with that comes the whole rest of my job on the ship while everybody else is out enjoying them. So there's a challenge with that. There is something that I feel like I have to do a lot more homework at home on my next vacation. But with that in mind, I am learning how I can do it better the next time. My wish list is New Zealand and Bora Bora and Fiji. That whole idea sounds fantastic, and I love anywhere. I love Asia. I am a fan, I think, because my energy and personality is so high strung. Even though the Asian world is go, 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 they are a peaceful people. And I find myself feeling very at home in Singapore, in Thailand, in Japan, in China. I enjoy just the Zen moments, and I have to remind myself to take more of them.
Your perfect shore excursion, because you don't get very many of them. So what would
My perfect shore excursion would be something that involves hiking. I'm an avid hiker, a big mountain climber girl. I make my home base in Colorado, and so Mother Nature is my best friend. I mean, I wear high heels all around the ship, but I'm most comfortable at home with no makeup, my hair pushed back in a headband, and a big old backpack on my back, and a tent, and a couple, cup of soups, So the perfect shore excursion for me would be an overnight somewhere where we could hike up some fabulous mountain, spend the night, come back down and take a warm shower.
You get a speed round.
Okay, I'm ready.
Desert, forest,
Desert.
sunrise, sunset,
Sunrise.
sweet, salty,
Salty.
night owl, early bird,
Early bird.
big city, small town,
Small town.
organized chaos, or neat as a pin.
Organized. Oh wait, was it organized chaos?
Organized
was that
chaos
one?
or neat as a pin?
Neat as a pin. Oh no! Both. Because I'm an organized freak. I hate chaos, but I'm gonna say neat as a pin.
Neat as a pin.
Yeah.
All right.
My cabin's pretty tidy.
Yeah.
I live in a small space. It has to be.
Exactly. Water skiing or snow skiing?
Water skiing. Grew up in Florida.
Okay.
Plus, I'm old, and the idea of bombing down a hill scares me. I will snowshoe and I will cross country ski, but I'd rather climb up that thing than
Fall
get
down it.
Yeah,
Skydiving or scuba diving?
skydiving.
Interesting. Plane, train, or automobile?
Plane, because I can get there faster.
Books or movies?
Movies.
Best movie you've seen?
Shawshank Redemption is my favorite. I think the one thing that I would love for someone who hasn't taken a voyage with us on Holland America Line is that we are not your grandmother's cruise line. And I think that has been the distinction for many years. I know back when I started cruising in the 80s, I knew folks that traveled on Holland America Line, and I was like, oh, that's the old people ship. I think, yes, we do cater to a clientele that has traveled. They are seasoned, they are retired, they are really enjoying having worked hard. Now they're going to play hard. But with everything that we're doing along Music Walk, with all of the music, with all of the shows, with the beautiful furnishings, I think that there is something for absolutely everyone, including a certain level and age of a child, if you have a child that you want to bring. And I would just love for everybody to come and see what we're about. We say savor the journey. I think that there is a way for everyone to savor the journey with Holland America Line. Yeah. Thank you.
Very
that was
much.
great. A pleasure.